Hey everybody, it's Edwardo here with your Saturday DraftStream update. Sorry it's so late. I mean, it's almost 5:15 p.m. Pacific time. Got my eyes dilated. Could not see for most of today, even through. And then it was a Zoom wedding, and then it was just one thing after another. And also, I have to admit, my heart's a little heavy. We lost RBG. She was, in addition to being, legendary Supreme Court Justice, she was also an actor in the Cinema Draft game. We had her in RBG, I believe, back in the documentary back in 2017, something like that, 2018 maybe. So, thoughts are going out to her loved ones and her legacy. I'm just a little bit down. I kind of lost it last night. Krispy Kreme and KFC. Ugh, I feel sick. All right, so we're going to soldier on. And I will find my enthusiasm as we go. Look at the movement. Gamble 24x7. G24. The homie competing with himself. Just 3 points apart with his dueling call sheets. Not far behind. Ring balls. Perhaps getting that DraftStream or Cinema Draft podcast bounce? Maybe? Just maybe? As he was our guest on Wednesday. With only 4 points behind. And Jaybird in the mix, just 2 points behind that. All clustered up. I'm only 1 point behind Jaybird as well. Even the Brown Baby. Just 30 points or so outside of the top 5. It's anyone's game this week. All right, so let's get into it. First, the perfect call sheet. What are we looking at here? Okay. So all in, the fight for democracy came back down to earth a little bit. Still tremendous value, 8.2K for 138 points for a whopping 16.8x value. You got Baby overtaking with the optimal stack right here. Baby definitely leveled up in its third season. 110 points as your day player score. 154.98 for your headliner. Elise Pagani? Hope I'm saying that correctly. I think it's an Italian teen-ish drama. The headliner stack from Criminal just keeps climbing. Still can't believe I missed out on that. And a headliner stack from Departure. Another one giving tremendous value. The old 811 headliner co-star day player construction. Coming back to prominence. So where does that leave our heroes? Well, G24 still has the optimal all-in stack. Has exposure to Baby, has exposure to Departure, headliner stack from Pen 15, which I believe it might be our highest scoring performer this weekend, but it comes at a price, 17.5 for Maya and Anna. So, and then Residue providing a little bit of salary relief and significant value. And then how does that differ from his second call sheet? Because he is competing with himself here. Just 3 points off. It looks like he swapped out one Pen 15 for a couple other titles, and We Are Who We Are. So honestly, he has a good shot at doing a clean money sweep, getting first and second for the $50 prize pool, and he also has a decent but not insurmountable lead or low on the low ball for the $10 low ball bonus as well. Wouldn't be the first time he's swept an entire prize pool. G24, the homie. What does Ring Balls got to do to break up the party? Well, he also they both have blocked each other on all in with the optimal stacks. They've got optimal stack blockers. The extra exposure to Baby is good, at least for against G24's second sheet. I like the headliner Pen 15. The Devil All the Time. Interesting. Let's take a look at, and then Wheels. Wheels, I think, is kind of spinning in place, for lack of a better term. I thought it would do a lot better. Hence the 11,100 valuation for OnStar, its headliner. But no one's covering this. And we're at Saturday. If they're not covering it by Saturday in the critics, your best shot is going to be a bit of a Hail Mary from the Google user side. And it probably wouldn't even take much. If we match it with IMDb and give it, say, a 79%, yeah, Ring Balls is actually running this ship. So we'll keep our eye on that from Google user. But it seems to be an indie, no real notable people in it. I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, we've had Google user pop up on Monday at final results, so you never know. But he's going to need some help. And the other issue is The Devil All the Time. Mediocre reviews from the critics, but gotta like that love from the audience. So this could still take up some. Even if this gets to, say, a 7.5, that puts Ring Balls almost in the money. Actually, let's say it gets a 7.8. Yeah, so he needs a 0.6 jump in order to get there. And let me tell you, stranger things will happen. Matter of fact, when I was going through this list, I saw the most precipitous slide in one update I think I've seen in a while. To the point where I had to double check it. Lost Girls and Love Hotels. This sucker went from 8.4 to 4.4. I triple checked the number. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I don't know anything about this movie, to be honest with you, but to see it, and now it's at 4.5 right now, so maybe it's trying to do its comeback. But to go from, and I get it, small sample size theater. I think it maybe only had like 30-something or 50-something ratings by the time we went to Game Lock on Thursday night. But to go from 8.4 down to a 4.4, it's pretty wild, man. So there's some movement on here. This is pretty volatile. Let's call it the Bitcoin of the group this weekend. So we'll keep our eye on that. For all we know, it could end up at 6.4 by the time this is all said and done. What else? So Ring Ball's in it. Jaybird's still in the mix. Having one less all in the fight for democracy actually has helped his cause, but he needs to make up some ground. We Are Who We Are and The Devil All the Time. We Are Who We Are. 104 seems appropriate for it, especially as a headliner. 15,000, 14.1 for 125 for co-star. That actually literally is delivering value, just under value. You want to get 9.7x for salary to total score, so it's just undervalued at co-star. At headliner, 146.3 divided by 15, exactly at value. So in this game, the winners are really going to have to exceed value, but he's still in the mix though, with exactly 9.75x value for Who We Are. I don't know if it has a lot more movement. It came out on a Monday. And this is really kind of my first time experimenting with Monday evening debuting shows. We've done Monday before, as far as like the Acorns or the Quibbies of the world, where it'll usually go up Sunday night, like late Sunday night. But this is the first time I've experimented doing Monday evening debuting shows. So I am kind of curious to see what kind of data we get from this. I'll probably run it another couple times if we have interesting shows debuting on Monday. HBO likes to debut a lot of Monday shows now. Since they got taken over by Time Warner. I'm sorry, the other way around. Since Time Warner has been taken over by AT&T, they've been very assertive in staking out Monday nights as another cable / streaming original content beachhead. So we might just have to get used to this. But the fact that it came out on Monday, we've had nearly an entire week with this show. I don't know if there's a lot more room for it to grow. We Are Who We Are. Where'd it go? Here we I mean, 93, surprisingly high Google user score, if you ask me. It's a bit of a, I mean, I thought it'd be more critic friendly. And it is critic friendly, 85 and 77. The guy who directed Call Me By Your Name, the movie I tell my mom, the draft mom, it's basically a bunch of bikes and Italian landscapes. Just I call it the bike movie. They're biking the entire time, and there's peaches, and you see a lot of Italian countryside, and that's pretty much the entire movie. so and see a lot of those similarities kind of infused in this show, at least in its pilot episode, where there's a lot of just kind of wandering, this semi rural Italian city, and the beach, and just kind of wandering, an American in a strange land. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that it's done this well with audiences. Maybe audiences are more sophisticated than I give them credit for. My bad. Just looking at, I'm not even going there. Anyways, yes. So audiences may know better than I do. If you're going to get any movement here, it's going to have to come from the audience. These critic scores are pretty much baked into this point. So we'll keep our eye out on that for Jaybird. And then myself, just kind of hanging out. I've got too much All In. And actually, I watched All In. I was so depressed by the ramifications from Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death that I'm like, you know what? I'm about to watch this. And it's okay. It's fine. You do pick up some interesting tidbits in the. I mean, as a black man who went to a historically black college in the South, who is politically motivated and aware, I knew a lot of some of this stuff. Some of the other stuff was really kind of eye-opening as far as a lot of the rules they've put in recently. Like I knew historically about the poll taxes and the way they kept changing the rules to keep black people from voting. Really heinous shit. But what really surprised me was some of the recent stuff that I thought I had a handle on that I really didn't have a handle on. The shenanigans that have gone on since the Supreme Court. Yes, this place that Ruth Bader Ginsburg worked for the last 30-something years that really, in large and small ways, control major aspects of our daily life. The Supreme Court, ever since the Supreme Court, the Roberts-led Supreme Court, has basically gutted or allowed individual states to gut the Voting Rights Act and not reinstitute, the federal oversight of these states that were, Jim Crow states, and basically denied blacks and others the right to vote. Allowing them to run amok these last, 4 years has been catastrophic to just the basic constitutionally mandated franchise for all people. So I need to watch this. It didn't necessarily calm me down. Actually pissed me off even more, but that's fine. Sometimes I think you need to be pissed off a little bit. You need to get into some good trouble, to quote another departed leader of ours, John Lewis. But yeah, I watched it, and it's part like Stacey Abrams' mixtape, I guess. Her growing up and how she's always been of an activist sort. And actually, I guess now I mean we were at the AUC at the same time, but I guess she's a couple of years ahead of me. I was a couple of years behind her, and that was kind of interesting. But we didn't really need like the first third. Where it's like, she grew up in Mississippi and she had activist parents, all sort of stuff. That's fine. What I was interested in, what is the actual fight for democracy, and the stuff that they're trying to do to combat squashing people's voter rights is really important. So for that, I slightly recommend. As you can see, I gave it a 6. It's not the most, compelling movie. It's not terribly stylish, but there is some really important stuff in the back third that make it worth your while. And some really good speakers too. So really good interviews in there as well, as they go historically over the right to vote. Okay, so yes, off my soapbox. So I had a little too much exposure to that, and then I'm good on Baby, and then Pen 15, man. Pricey, but I wanted to have a call sheet out there that exposed me to Pen 15, at least a headliner stack of it. And I'm looking forward to digging into that this weekend if I get a chance. I was so depressed, y'all. I was just I must have spent hours just staring at the screen last night. Supposed to be doing work, Couldn't get around to it. It's my bad. But work shall be done. We will get our talent pool out on time. Don't you worry. Brown Baby, the draft mom, our mascot. She needs some help from Devil all the time. We are who we are. Previously covered. I like the exposure to Baby, although it's on the low-end variety. And yeah, in this 3-pack, you know, once again, everyone in the top 6, say, has all-in blockers. So we're all kind of, you know, blocking each other with all in. Where she could get a leg up is the Devil all the time doing well. If the Devil, what does the Devil all the time need to do for Brown Baby to win? Well, the Devil all the time basically needs to put like what, a 9.5? Will that do it? Nope, not even. Gets her in the conversation though. She needs like a 9.5 from that and like a 96 from that. And even then, she's still on the outside looking in because Ring Balls and Jaybird just pick up steam. So, interesting scenarios to be sure. But she's gonna need. But you know, at this point, it would still be an incredible testament to her hard work and continued success if she even got into the top 5 for a second straight week, which she has not done before. So let's make some history, Mom. Top 5 Jackson. Not quite a box out, but box in. I don't know. All right, and anyway, and then Gamble 24x7, G24, the homie on the low ball hunt. He's become a bit of a low ball master. It used to be Ring Balls, who was master of the low. Now that is firmly in the grasp of Gamble 24x7. I almost don't even know how he does it, y'all. I mean, Ratchet, even though Ratchet did zoom up, you know, the charts once it debuted from Netflix Thursday night, you still need the salary. You got good exposure to Antebellum, good exposure to, I guess this is the low ball optimal stack exposure to Cats and Dogs 3, and compare that to the perfect low ball call sheet. The P-Low has a 3 stack of Antebellum, a 3 stack of Cats and Dogs, and then the Last Word. Interesting. I'm not even sure if anyone has this on their call sheets. The Last Word, a 4-pack of The Last Word. Yeah, I'm curious about that. Does anyone have that on their call sheet? Let me fiddle with something here. Let's go. Okay, Ring Balls does. All right. So, and oh man, Ring Balls right on my ass right here. Look at that. Okay, so Ring Balls wants to get back in this piece. I guess the Last Word has to continue to be ignored. Right now, it's got a default score in all but the IMDb user score. So unless people really kind of turn off against it, he's going to need some help from IMDb users. So the perfect low ball, so low ball perfect call sheet, 759.67, as opposed to Gamble 24x7, 795.67. So he is off by a good 40 points. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so no bonus this week for you, but still healthy lead. We'll see how it all shakes out. Monday, sometime after 12 p.m. Pacific time, with final results and a look at next week's talent pool. Thanks for hanging in there, for your patience, everybody. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you all here on Monday.